Welcome, my name is Grayson Holt.
And I'm Kendall Pearson.
Hamilton County was ranked #1 in the nation for math abilities. This comes from a national study called Numeracy Averages. This is from a spreadsheet and data analysis company called Excel Champs based on figures from the National Center for Education Statistics. Numeracy is the ability to access, use, interpret, and communicate mathematical information and ideas to engage and manage the mathematical demands of a range of situations in adult life. Hamilton County's numeracy scores are 285.7 on average. That number is 14.7% higher than the national average.
UIndy has accepted a $5 million gift from Eli Lilly. The gift comes from UIndy alum Stephen F. Fry, who is a retired top human resource officer from Eli Lilly. The money will go towards 3 new business programs here at UIndy. The goal is to make our School of Business one of the most elite institutions in the country. Fry explains that he was studying business here and he felt extremely welcomed and at home. He says UIndy is vital to his success and he wants to give back to students now. He emphasizes the importance of connections and says that college students need that now more than ever.
A Colorado dentist who was accused of killing his wife by poisoning her is now facing a new charge for allegedly attempting to get a fellow inmate to murder the detective investigating his homicide case. James Tolliver Craig, a 45-year-old male, was charged with solicitation to commit murder in the first degree and solicitation to commit perjury in the first degree. Craig was previously arrested and charged with first-degree murder in the death of his wife, Angela Craig, where he pled not guilty. Angela was a 43-year-old mother of 6. Authorities now believe Craig allegedly tries to get another inmate at the county jail to kill a police detective who was working on the investigation of Angela's death. The other inmate has not been accused of any wrongdoing related to the alleged plot to kill the detective.
Indianapolis police are investigating a car theft involving 2 baby girls aged 4 and 5 months old. The babies were left outside in the cold after the vehicle was stolen. Someone found the young children, brought them inside, and called 911. The stolen car was recovered, but the suspect has not yet been found. The girls are safe and are currently receiving medical care.
17 kids found their forever home on National Adoption Day. November 23rd is National Adoption Day, and judges were approving multiple adoptions this holiday season. Around 2 weeks ago, 17 kids found their forever homes at the Texas courthouse. The judge on the case dressed up as Santa to deliver the good news for this holiday season. Texas has been around the top 5 in adoptions around the country for the past 4 years, and the adoption court decided there is no better time than National Adoption Day to make them official. The judge states, let's sprinkle a little joy and start serving up these sweet family moments. And sweet they were. Congratulations to all these families.
More news up next on Uindy TV News.
There's often a moment when you're helping somebody with math where they just suddenly get over that little barrier and they get it. It's a nice aha moment, and I really like being involved in helping students achieve that moment, and we do get a lot of those here in the tutoring lab.
Indiana Republican chair has resigned from his position after 5 months. Randy Head, the Republican chair for Indiana, has resigned from his position effective immediately, according to GOP members. After a short time as chair, Head looks to remain the department 4th district chair, but will be returning full-time to Craig DeVault. He was an attorney before taking over the chair position, and according to those close to him, he always planned on returning to his job. Head thanked the company for allowing him to step away during this crucial time for America. Vice Chair Aaron Lucas will be the interim chair until a new one is elected.
A Houston man has been arrested and charged after allegedly fatally stabbing a 28-year-old mother and her 2-year-old child. 29-year-old Kendrick Rayvon Fisher has been charged with capital murder for the deaths. Houston police officers were flagged down and notified that an adult female and child were being held hostage in an apartment. When officers entered the 3rd floor apartment, they found Fisher asleep on the couch. After conducting a safety sweep, they found the victims in another room. The HPD says both victims had multiple stab wounds and were pronounced dead at the scene. Homicide detectives ultimately decided the evidence was enough to charge and book Fisher in the Harris County Jail.
A family tries to bring light to the holidays for families touched by violence. A Greenfield family uses the holidays to remember Jeff Harold, who died 3 years ago in a shooting on the west side of Indianapolis. They have set up a remembrance tree that not only remembers Harold, but provides a space for other families to come and honor their loved ones as well. The Harold family hopes to share joy and remembrance with other grieving families. Jeff Harold's mom says that the families are welcoming to visit anytime. The family has set out ribbons and markers for them to come and write down a name to tie on the tree. The tree had 200 names on it last year. If you want to visit the tree, the address is 1658 Fairmont Drive in Greenfield, Indiana.
Another happy little holiday story for you. Pendleton Correctional Facility outside of Indianapolis has a new program. The maximum security prison accepts shelter cats and allows inmates to look after them. Many cats that end up at the surrounding shelters are abused and mistreated. The inmates take care of them and socialize with the cats, allowing them to get used to humans again. Other Department of Correction facilities have established similar animal programs by an organization called Perfect Pals. This program not only benefits the cats, but the inmates too.
IMPD arrested a minor after reportedly committing an armed carjacking. IMPD was dispatched Saturday night at 12:30 a.m. to the report of an armed carjacking. Upon arrival, the crew located the victim. The victim stated that 3 masked men approached him, pointing a firearm and saying, "Give me the keys," then entering the victim's Dodge Journey and fleeing. At 12:45, the authorities found the Dodge going northbound. Law enforcement tried to make a traffic stop, but the driver refused to stop. The driver crashed shortly after. The 3 occupants then ran, but one of them was apprehended in the assistance of a canine dog and police drones. The 2 other suspects were not located. We'll be back with more here on Uindy TV News.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me.
A silver alert went off on Sunday looking after a woman with dementia lost in downtown Indianapolis, and she was found Monday morning. IMPD's Missing Persons Unit says we would not have found her as soon as they did without the public's help. Authorities also remind the public to stay vigilant and report any suspicious activity to keep the community safe.
Nearly a year after his final term, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett has made steps in education reform despite initial promises. Programs like Circle City Readers and Indy Achieves have expanded, supporting literacy and post-graduation opportunities. But iLearn scores for local students have shown little change. Hogsett pointed out the challenges of working across 11 separate school districts in Marion County. Recent changes include appointing Shavana Cavazos as Director of Education Innovation to address these issues.
A Florida man is dead after he was caught in a boat propeller during a fishing trip with a friend off the Sunshine State's west coast. Charles Barnes, a 66-year-old man, was out fishing with his friend William on William's 17-foot Key West boat. When William took his hand off the steering wheel to fix a fishing pole, the boat pulled a hard right and sent both men flying into the water. While William was able to swim back to the boat, Barnes ended up getting run over by the vessel. He was pulled underwater after his right arm got caught in the motor's propeller, and he was pronounced dead at the scene.
A high school secretary teacher in Portage, Indiana was involved in a domestic incident. 911 operators heard the father say, quote, "Everyone is going to die," just before the sound of the gunfire. Officers forced their way in and found 45-year-old Charles Manville dead, 46-year-old Brandy Manville dead, and a third victim, 21 years old, found alive despite being shot. Police confirmed this incident was isolated to everyone inside and there is no threat to the community. Portage Township Schools made a statement honoring Brandy and setting up a GoFundMe for her.
A 29-year-old man was arrested on Monday and sentenced to 50 years in prison. He was convicted of commercial robbery conspiracy, 4 counts of actual commercial robberies, and 3 counts of brandishing a weapon. His robbery started with luring victims into an apartment complex under the false premise that they could buy items from online marketplaces. Authorities said they later found out the man was coordinating the schemes with selling the stolen goods on the same online marketplace. Well, that was your weekly Uindy TV newscast.
Be sure to tune in to other Uindy TV productions on our YouTube channel at Uindy TV and check us out on Xfinity channel 1096. But before we go, I do just want to say that this is the very last time me and Grayson Holt will ever be on this desk together because she's graduating and she's leaving us. But we want to wish the best of luck to her as she is moving to Maine. She's going to be a fill-in anchor and a news producer at a news station.
Stop, I'm going to start crying.
I'm going to cry too. We can cry after.
Okay.
I'm going to miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too.
Okay, anyway.
For the last time, as always, have a good night.
And be safe, Indy.